Hello, everyone. Let's see, is this version? Yes. This is version 5. Okay, so I am trying to eventually, with this first 3D project, make a animation kind of like a 1990s bowling pin, like how you get a strike in bowling and it would have a weird animation. That's my goal. So I'm going to be doing a course online, and as I'm listening to him, I'm going to be copying what he is saying, and then maybe you guys can listen in on him.
Hello and welcome to the course. If you don't know me, I'm Grant Abbott and I'm a
There we
teacher
go.
and 3D
So
artist.
I'm
In
going to
this
hear
course,
it,
we're looking at learning 3D art
and
with
then I
techniques
am
of the
going
art
to
process. And although this course is very
I'm
thorough,
going to do
it
what
will
he
take many years to produce the
I'm
artwork
going to do
that
what he
you're used to
says.
seeing in the AAA games or complex and detailed visual effects in films.
But I
And these
will
games and
try
films
to.
will become second nature in no time.
Okay, second nature in no time. Downloading Blender.
In this lecture, I'll be showing you download Blender and we'll be setting it up so we're ready.
I did it. Okay, community support. Yes, we can figure that out. Okay, navigation. So some of this I already know, but we'll go through it anyway.
In this lecture, we'll be learning about navigating the viewport and
And then
setting up
I'll
the window.
do
Okay, so let's start
1.25.
working within Blender. If you're
Oh,
confused at all about what I'm pressing, I've got my shortcut keys
well,
and mouse keys visible down the bottom here. The interface can look a little bit intimidating to start off with. We've got several windows, the outliner up the top here.
all right. So this is the outliner.
Properties panel here.
Properties.
Timeline at the bottom here for
Timeline.
animations. And we've got the viewport in the middle
And then
here.
the
The viewport is
viewport.
the one we're going to concentrate on at the moment. You can change each of those
Let's
windows
see it one
at
more
the top.
time.
It's all about what I'm pressing. I've got my
Okay.
shortcut keys and mouse keys visible down the bottom
Yep,
here. The interface can look a little bit intimidating to start off with.
it is,
We've got
but it's
several
not.
windows, the outliner up the top here,
Outline. Well, of course.
properties panel here, we've got a
Properties.
timeline at the bottom here for
Timeline.
animations, and we've got the viewport in the middle
And the
here. The
viewport in the
viewport's the
middle.
one we're going to concentrate on at the moment. You can change each of those
All right.
windows at the top left of the window, and you can see
Yep.
the different
All right.
options
So
that are listed here, and I'm on the
top left. Oh, you know what?
course.
Maybe I'll listen to him on my headphones. I think this will make things a little bit easier. I'll listen to him on my headphones and then I'll explain and do what he's saying. So right then he was talking about how every like panel has in the corner, left corner, you can change it to whatever you want. So this is properties. I could theoretically make this another one of image editor. I can have another 3D viewport with that would be a little over the top. So, and then properties. All right.
Now, if I want to move around my viewport,
And then middle mouse. Well, this is how I've done it. So middle mouse moves it, and then scroll with the middle mouse. There is a way to do it where you don't have a middle mouse button. If you have to press Alt on it. Yep. Okay. I don't have a number pad, so. Uh-oh. Okay, well, hopefully number pad isn't used a lot. So try to get a mouse with a scroll wheel, because I really cheap. All right, middle mouse holding shift, and then this stuff, so I can do the same movement, same zooming. This shows the exact camera. Yep, so wheel holding shift and middle mouse. Okay, so if I hold control, I can do this as well, but rolling this one is fine. But okay. This is the number. Oh. Hey, okay. So to do the and I'm listening to him and speaking at the same time. Hopefully I'm helping out here. So if you don't have a number pad, basically you're just using the numbers they already have. So for 1, it does it to the side. I'm gonna guess. Oh, okay, 3. Now orthographic. It. Oh dear. Skip. There. And then this can be moved as well, so you really don't need to use. You can use a trackpad. Well, actually, there is a trackpad. There's a way to do it that I did that's actually pretty intuitive. But, and then red is X, Y, and then Z. And it's a little bit of a bummer because a lot of software, like I know Unity and Unreal, they all have a different X, Y, and Z. So for this one, Z is up and down. Oh, okay, it shows the shortcut there. So 1, 1, 3, 7. Okay. 1, 3, 7. 1. And then for me, I just pull the middle mouse to get out of it. I'm going to make sure too that I have like a little thing in the corner that shows what buttons I'm clicking. So I'm going to make sure I have that. Let me see. Oh, is my voice little? Seems loud. Yeah. There's a little bit lower. Okay. Orthographic. I'm going to take down notes too. Oh, come on. Come on, pen. Damn it. Okay. I'm going to write down, why do we need orthographic view? You might be yelling, why do we need orthographic view? Yeah, because I'm not sure, to be honest. It's my ignorance, but whatever. Ten small squares to a bigger square. Oh. Okay, there is like meters in that with here, but I'm not too worried about that right now. And then this is what the camera is seeing. Here, let me I'll move back and see what he says on. Okay. Okay, 2 meters tall. So each one of these is a meter. Okay. So there we go. So 1 meter, 2. And then here is the camera view. So if I were to change this camera and there is 0. Okay. There we go. So camera, you can have multiple cameras eventually too. I feel like one of those live translators where you're hearing it and you're translating it at the same time. Okay, so 1, no, 3, 7, 0. And then we just remember here, I'm going to go there, going to do that. So today in this first one, we learned about the outline view. Let me make sure, I think outliner, properties, timeline, viewport, to roll, to zoom in and out is the middle mouse button. To rotate around, you click on the middle mouse button and hold it. If you don't have a middle mouse button, you can go to preferences, input, and emulate middle mouse button. And I believe what you have to do with that is you hold down Alt. Well, actually, I have a middle mouse button, so here we go. Emulate middle. I don't have a number pad, so I'm emulating number pad here. Let me see here, just so how to emulate middle mouse blender. Let's see here. To do that, you have to have Alt and then left click. All right. So you're holding down Alt and then you're using the left click and then you're moving it around. All right. And then from there, you can also zoom in and out using the side. You can pan using the hand right here or holding down Shift and middle button. So all of the movements, you're basically using the middle mouse button and the Shift button. So buy a middle mouse button, buy a mouse with a scroll wheel. I know they cannot be, I mean, a good one's going to be pricey, but we don't need a good one. And I think that is it for this first course. So I'm going to, all right, we're going to keep going. But I'm just going to go like, there's the Placid Duck Simulator. That simulates that one lesson is done. Now we're going to be adding objects. And this is the camera. Okay. Let's see. Okay, object mode, add. It has all this stuff eventually we will get to. But the mesh is like the main one to start with. All right. See, click. All right. We're going to do a plane, which is based like a piece of paper. Okay. Ooh. All right. Oop. Okay. So if this is, no, let's see. Yeah, so shift left click changes, let me see what he calls it. Okay, 3D cursor. So if I did this correctly, yeah, perfect. So it's shift and right click, and that's where the new meshes will be made. Shift. There we go. All right. So adding right here. So this is where you add everything you possibly could. Mesh is, so eventually we'll be able to go through all that. So we're going to add a plane. So let's say we had that little red and white thing over here. If we were to add another plane, it would go over there. And let's see, shift world origin. There we go. And I think we had there. Okay, we're at one plane. And whatever has orange outline is selected. Yeah, and so whatever you click with the outliner, that's what's going to be, that's what you're going to be focusing on, basically. Oh. All right, so left click and drag can do multiple, or you can go like that, or you can click, hold down shift, click again. Or I believe, is it control? Yeah, control does individuals. All right. He moved where the 3D cursor was, but I will find out why in a little bit. Okay. Shift. Oh. So with the objects you can, so you can put it on the object. Okay. Wait, no. UV sphere. Okay. Perfect. Oh, he's giving me a challenge. Let me see. Okay, he wants me to add every object aside from a circle and a grid. All right. So let's see here. So we already did a plane. We already did a box. We already did a circle. Eco. I remember that game. I do not know the difference between that and a UV sphere. We will figure that out when the time comes. I'm going to hold the shift button down and right click so it's right on top of the cube. So when I put a cylinder on or a cone, it's right in the middle of that. All right. And I'm using a shortcut to move it, but we will figure, I will show you that in a minute. So cylinder, and we have a cone, torus. That's the famous donut. If we know Blender tutorials online, we know that. And a monkey. All right, so we got our first little homework assignment done. Yes. He's doing the same here. Ooh, I don't have to go up to the head. Okay. Shift A. I'm gonna write all this. Gonna write this down. Shift A is where the add menu will appear. A for add. Shift A. A for add. Just like that. Okay, he called it icosphere. All right, I'm ahead of him, so I'm just waiting for him to be done. Middle, so I'm using the middle mouse button right now, and I'm holding shift and moving it, and then I'm scrolling with the middle mouse. Okay, we're tied, even though mine looks better. Oh, he is adding a circle. Oh, he is adding a grid. Oh no. Okay, so delete. And so I want to remember here, because this is a smaller keyboard for me. So you can use the delete key. I like, and what I've always done when I would do this in the past, is do the shortcut of X. To me, X is, I don't know, more natural for me. The shift and all of your fingers are kind of over on this side to start with, where you're not like reaching over to the right side of the keyboard or the top. Yeah, the right side of the keyboard, unless you have a different type of keyboard. But I can, so if I click X, it'll say delete selected objects, or if I I'm gonna definitely have like a mouse thing over here. Left click drag, X delete selected objects. There you go. And then delete. Oh, okay. T for tools. Getting all these sticky notes. Tool bar. Far left. T for tools. Shift A to add. Left click to click on an object. Hold left click to highlight multiple objects. Shift A to add an object. T makes this go away and appear. And I think that's it. Oh boy. Sorry. Okay. What was that? Let's lower the volume to all of that mess. Okay. That's enough of that. And then, of course, so I click, and if I hold down Shift, I can have multiple objects. So this stuff over here with the toolbar, T and T, we'll go through this, but I do know the shortcuts, and the shortcuts will make life a lot easier. But the first one up here is move. So we click on an object. If we see, we got the, let's take this guy all the way out. I know there's a button to make it focus on the object. We'll learn it, we'll see it. So green one is the right axis, red one is the X, and then top is the Z. So X, Y, Z. Z's leaving. He's leaving up high. I don't know how to remember X or Y. So if I pull on the X, it moves this way, it moves on. So even if my mouse is going all over the place, it's only going to stay on that line. I know if he's going to say if I hold down like Shift. So let's see here. All right, so I click on it, and then let's see what he says. Yep. Oh, okay. So we can move those side to side, the Y or X, Y, Z. And you notice over here in the properties that it matches up. And then you can also change on here, and you can also just put in the number. And there's it's in meters because we're fancy. There's probably way in preferences to change it, but let's not change it. And if you see these little panels, you can hold on to it, and then it basically, so if this is green, it locks in the Y axis and it moves everything else. So whatever you click on, it's like the blue, that means the Z is locked. And let's see if you guys can, might be hard to tell, but like right now, if I was on a plane, like a ground, I would be on the ground the whole time. I'd be like ice skating. I know there's a shortcut for that too, but that's just a way to do it. So pull, 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 both, both, both. Whatever color you click is the one not going to move. Okay. And this next one is rotate. Yeah. And then this is just kind of, it rotates. So the, yeah, I'm going to listen to it. So the, let's delete that. So once again, this is Y, this is Z, this is X. To be honest, I'm not sure why they're in a different direction, but that's okay. We're just going to roll with it. But then you see this white circle, you're basically rotating it wherever you are currently looking at it. So if I'm so the circle stays staring at me, but wherever I end, whatever I'm facing, that's how the object's going to rotate. I don't think there'll be a time for you to do a rotation with the white part, but who am I to say? And then the, oh, of course, so with everything I've been changing, it's been Control Z. And you can do, I think, I'm going to guess, I'm not going to guess. And redo is Shift Control Z. So if we go Control Z or Shift Control Z, it's a redo. If you have that toolbox, you can program that into that. And then this one is scale, same thing as the rotation. And then this is the full, the white. Okay. Yep. So anything that's not those is going to scale the whole thing. Oh boy. Transform it does all of them. Shoot. I don't see a good reason to use that. All right, you ready for the keyboard shortcuts here? Okay, so select. Oh. Let's go back to select box, shortcut, shift space bar. Okay, this is the select box. Shift space bar. No, it does the whole thing right here. Okay, so shift space bar. I would not, so if you see here G, R, S, I would ignore the transform. So move is the only weird one with, so move is G. That's one you just have to remember. R is rotation, S is scale. So that kind of correlates. So let's get, and then what do they say select boxes? I'm gonna, is it W? Yeah, W. Okay. And then the cursor is shortcut. It says shift space bar. What was the one he touched? I'm gonna say it's much better to do the shift and right click. So review. Top one, the select box. All right. W. The cursor down here. Shift right click. And if you shift right click on an object, it will stick to it. Move tool is, so now I'm holding it here. The move tool is, actually, we'll move the monkey. We'll move the monkey. All right. Right. And then, so G is to move it. You can move it anywhere, but after G, if you press Z, X, Y, or Z, it goes along that plane. So G is just a free form, just as wherever you are. I would probably recommend, well, once again, it all depends on when we get there. So G is to move, and now if I click Z, Z axis, Y, Y axis, X, X. Now let's experiment. I think if I do, yes, I was right. Okay, so if I do shift and then that, so right here, I clicked Z. So it's just on the Z axis. And by the way, so you see my cursor right here near the monkey. Now let's back it up higher. No, so G, Z. It'll keep, let me see. How am I gonna show this? Okay, so it'll keep moving up even, so see how my cursor, and as soon as it gets to the top, it comes back down, it appears down here. It'll keep that object going, so you don't have to keep that monkey in line. You don't have to look at it, if that makes sense. So G. Now there is a button to go right to it and focus. I'm not there yet. So click, hold R. Let's rotate wherever you are at, but remember Z, Y, X, and then hold down. So if you hold down Shift, whatever axis you click is the axis that is going to be locked. So if I do, this is Z, and if I do Shift Z, then it's everything else. And then same thing for S. Click onto it. If I don't press a certain button, it's just going to make it grow forever. Let's see. Let's see here. I lost focus. Oh yeah, scale. So if I do scale and then Z or X, and realize you have to like click to confirm it before you continue. So I can't go and do like moving it, or actually moving. Let me see here. Am I wrong? Well, yeah, I am wrong. So like when I'm done here, I can't go to rotation or move. So this, if I go right to another one without like a confirm click, it's going to reset. So if I'm doing that, I got to click first before I start doing other stuff. Okay. Kind of an unnecessary tangent, but we'll get through together. But so let's see here. Annotate, make, measure, distance and angles, add cube to snap. So these three we haven't used yet. They're in the toolbar. We haven't used them yet, so hopefully he shows it to us at some point. And also, instead of a left click, you can press enter, and wherever you press enter is where it's going to stay. All right. All right, he's talking about the stuff I already did. Is he gonna give me? Okay, he's gonna select the plane. Yep. Oh, and right here you can drag. Okay, so there, click S, scaling it. Uh-oh. So he wants all of them to line up on the floor. But let's, okay. Let's see yeah, okay. So the plane is basically where the x-axis is. So do this, I press G to move it. There is a way to snap it to, so I'm doing G, click G. Oh, did I have, once again, there's a reset for something, but you see how it's slightly rotated. I could kind of drag it to get it right to the perfect spot, but I can just click 0. I know there's a way to reset it. I don't know exactly what it is right now. And there. Okay. Uh-oh. I need to have them. Let's see where. Let's look into a line along the x-axis. So 7. There we go. So let's see. Let's hold it. G. We can get a little bit closer. G. 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 Is that a second plane? Oh, that's a cube. G. Or if I say here, shift and middle button, G. Look at that. So smooth. Magic. Oh, and see, like for this, I can select them all and then go G, X. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Right there. Oh. All right. So this is a way to do it where I can't do them all at the same time. This. Okay. Okay. So let's see what let's hear it again. Okay. We're going to hold down Alt on this one. So I'm going to use, I'm going to use like the Y as an example. So even if so let's say I click Shift, hold, and I do another Shift. So now I have all 3 and it's that Y. It's only going to do the most recent one. But what he says is that if you hold down Alt and then do it, let's see it one more time here. Okay, we're holding down. Shift select, Shift. Yep. Okay. Hold down Alt. Change this to 0. I wonder if that's because I'm saying preferences, input, let's not enable the number pad. Yeah. So if I enable the number pad, I can't change these numbers. So for now, I am probably going to make my own shortcuts for the number pad one. So let's see. Not going to do it right now. Preferences, I think key map, key, binding. Let's. All right. I'm not going to get into it. But that is where I would change my number pad thing. So I might find an easier way because I don't have a number pad. I just had normal numbers. And that's the end of my story. So I click them all and I hold Alt. Let's see here. There. And if I do that, only does the last one. I know that. If I hold down Alt, no. See, okay, this is why we do this. I'm gonna listen to him again in my. All right. So he has. We're gonna move with the G and then X. Gonna move that away. I'm gonna change the location. I know there's a way to reset everything. I'm gonna change everything. Let me -0. 0. Like a normal person. There we go. And then, okay. So this is at 0, 0, 0. This is what I'm looking at. And then he has it where everything is selected and the cube is selected last. All right. Okay. I'm listening to him. I know he says something about Alt. Hopefully everyone's doing well. All right, he's adjusting stuff. Oh, and then you can drag this or N makes that appear. Oh. Okay, here we go. Let's. And then N. Sorry for the pauses. Let's see. I want to see how. Hold down. Alt. Left. Let's see. Alt. Okay. I might not. It's actually here. I'm going to try it one more time, and if not, the. Okay. So let's say this is Y. So, but it says if I hold down Alt, stop. If I hold down Alt and then left click, stop showing up. Stop showing up. All right. I'm going to write down a note. Let me see. I know if I do G, I can move them all. You know what I mean? So if I want to move them all, at the same time, but I know what he wants is, so I'm going to say, okay, this is video 6. Move all objects to 0. Okay. Yeah, move all objects to 0. So I'll figure that out when the time comes. That's the one thing I don't have right now, because I'm doing exactly what he is saying to do, and it's not doing it. It's just, it keeps popping up my, I don't know, home screen stuff. I'm a Mac user, I know, but I'm on a PC here. Okay, he's telling me to practice it, but I did it. Okay, he's talking about, let's see, he's doing rotation. I already did that. Yeah, and he's talking about the, oh yeah, okay. So let's say click here, you click rotate, you click X, you can then click a number and it will do, so if I'm here, let's see. So you start it, R rotation X, and if I type in 90, and then enter or left click, there we go. Bada boom, bada bing. Yep. Okay, he wants me to make the monkey look like it's sitting on the floor. Let's, he wants me to make this look like it's sitting comfortably on the floor. So we're gonna reset it all. We're gonna have, I'm gonna put back the emulate number pad. Let's see if that messes up. No, it doesn't mess up the, okay. So it wants me to look like it's resting gently. So rotation. So I clicked R, then I clicked G, clicked R again, click G. Good enough for me, I say. And now, and then from here on in, we can do save. So I'm going to say lesson 1 through 6. All right, and from right there, I think that's going to be good. I'm going to do, make more of these, make this more consistent. So I'm going to save this, and then next time, possibly tomorrow, I will continue going on. Maybe I'll do like 5 to 7 lectures or more, depending on, or what he's calling like sections each time. So a little, I'm going to see if I can do as much as I can the description on what we've talked about, but either way, I will be more consistent. Do not worry. And that's that. All right. So we'll see you in the next lesson here. Take care. Bye.